All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off with giving all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent to you, and what is he that may drive them away? What is the plague that's sweeping through all the earth today? COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. And this coronavirus is changing people's daily lives. This coronavirus is changing how people operate in a way how things are going all around the world. As you can see, this coronavirus has plummeted the stock market. It has people working from home. It has people not even traveling. People not even coming out their homes in certain areas. You see, places are being quarantined. Businesses don't want to deal with cash anymore, right? Going more into the cashless society for the fear of catching the coronavirus, right? So many things are coming behind the effects of the coronavirus. You see, which this plague and pestilence has been sent throughout the earth. Now we know we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, you see, because Esau Edom has these different diseases, all in his buildings, which is called the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, right? So they have these different diseases in these buildings, and they release it for the different purposes. But ultimately, it still goes back to the Heavenly Father, which controls Esau Edom. Okay, he's the only one that can put a stop to these, plagues that are sent forth. You see? But the point is, I want to go over a few articles to share with you, brothers and sisters. Okay, a few things that's going on around the world dealing with the coronavirus. Okay, how it's affecting people's daily lives, how it's affecting the world around you as we speak. Even wanted to mention this too before I get into the article, how you have even the porting docks are now being shown live video to be empty. Okay, of how we're not getting different goods from China. You see? So let's get into this article. This is from let's get into the first one. Here we go. So it says from Hal Turner Radio Show, the world Italy, right? Or just dealing with the world, it says Italy to quarantine 16 million in 11 states until April. As you see it on the map, right? It says, updated 8:25 p.m. Eastern Sea Bottom. Italy is set to lock down at least 16 million people in the region of Lombardy and 11 other provinces and states in the north and in the east country. The mandatory quarantine will last until early April. You see, so it's mandatory. It's not a choice of yours if you're allowed to go outside the city or not. If you're quarantined, meaning you're stuck in an area, okay, where the places that's quarantined. It says the dramatic escalation in the country's efforts to contain the new deadly coronavirus will close gyms, pools, museums, and ski resorts. Italy is Europe's worst hit country and reported a steep rise in virus infections on Saturday. The new measures will also apply to financial center Milan and tourist hotspot Venice. Could take effect as early as Sunday and will last until the 3rd of April. The death toll in Italy has passed 230, with officials reporting more than 50 deaths in 24 hours. The number of confirmed cases jumped by more than 1,200 to 5,883 on Saturday. The whole northern region of Lombardy, home to 10 million people in Italy's financial center Milan, will be closed off except to emergency access and 11 provinces, including Venice, Parma, and Modena, will be affected. A total of 16 million people. Until now, around 50,000 people in northern Italy had been affected by quarantine measures. If authorities in the United States have to do the same thing, where you live, do you have enough food, water, and medicine in your house to survive for a month to 6 weeks? Or will you and your family starve to death because you failed to prepare? Okay, so this is just one article dealing with what's going on out there in Italy, but it shows you Italy to quarantine 16 million people in 11 states until April. And it says until April, but if they don't have this thing under control by April, then it's going to go further than that. All right. Dealing with this is still, Rome, Italy. When not in Rome, tourists abandon Italian capitals. Famous sites, country is gripped by the coronavirus panic, with North in lockdown and death toll 233. So these different tourist areas, right, that are usually overcrowded, overpopulated areas, are now what? Empty. Okay? Empty from the coronavirus, right? Or from the effects and the scares of the coronavirus. So this goes into the same thing of the article I just read. I just wanted to show you the famous landmarks that people go to are now empty. You see about 7-8 people in this picture here. Usually this place is crowded, as you see on the left, but now look to the right, empty. Okay, you see, empty. She's showing you how it usually is to what it looks like now. All right, I believe this is the airport, if I'm not mistaken. Empty. Okay, you see, and this coronavirus is changing people's lives as we know it. All right, look, Italy's red zones. You see the hot areas. A map shows the spread of the red zone since the 27th of February. See? Italy is recruiting retired doctors in a bid to battle the spread of the deadly coronavirus, as the World Health Organization warned all countries to make containment their highest priority. Pictured a woman wearing a mask posing for photos at the bottom of the Spanish Steps in Rome. So you got simple-minded people still going to these sites, just wearing masks and things like that. All right, look, yep. Another thing I wanted to mention: these different games that's usually just packed. Soccer games, games all around the world. They're not allowing people to attend to these games anymore. Just in the NBA was told that players are not allowed to shake hands or do anything have no contact with fans due to the coronavirus. So as you see, the coronavirus is changing people's lives and affecting things as we know it. All right, so I'll get something different. So it's another one. Seattle deserted at rush hour. Tech hubs, streets empty as Facebook, Amazon, and Google tell their employees to work from home, as more than 100 cases and 16 deaths are reported in Washington state. Check that out. Okay. And this is just showing you more images of what it's looking like in these areas. Okay, people not out as much. All right, so there's not too much to read on that one. Second coronavirus deaths in Florida bring national total of fatalities to at least 18. Orlando, 2 Floridians have died as a result of coronavirus. FloridaHealth.gov said late Friday night, bringing the national death total to at least 18. A previously announced COVID-19 patient in Santa Rosa County has died following an international trip. The state said a new individual in their 70s that tested presumptive positive for COVID-19 in Lee County has died following an international trip. And this is why these places want their areas quarantined, as Italy said. They don't want people going in and out, so people won't spread this, so they won't spread this virus more than it's already going forth. Okay. So, but as you see, just quickly read through these. COVID-19 update: Auburn declared a state of emergency. New York just declared a state of emergency. California just declared a state of emergency. Washington State declared a state of emergency. You see, in rural Washington, coronavirus outbreak takes a big bite out of pulp and shellfish exports to China. Check that out. The Cosmos specialty fibers mill runs 24 hours a day to turn Olympic Peninsula wood chips and logs into pulp for rayon fiber manufacturers. For 7 weeks, this output has been piling up in a warehouse due to an epic market implosion in China, where major customers have been largely unable. Oh boy, it's trying to take you somewhere else. Okay, read that. Basically, probably but unable to get their items. Okay, I'm not downloading that. Let's see what else we got left. And this is dealing with Starbucks employees test positive for coronavirus in Seattle. So, and this just shows you. So, since they tested it, Starbucks is going to be closed down very shortly too. But as these quarantines and things are going around, right? Check this out. The scriptures say this. 2 Corinthians 15 verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see? So even when you're quarantined, even when they set the standards of martial law, you're not going to be able to go into a city, right? If you're quarantined in a specific area, you're not going to be allowed to go in and outside that area. The only people that's going to have access to do that is the authorities, okay? Or the authorities. Also, let's go to this. The book of 2 Ezra 6. Book of 2 Ezra 6 verse 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And these are your different supermarkets, your different local places where you go get your food items. Okay, these places are going to be found empty, just as well as you see what's happening in Italy. Okay, in other places around the world, while people are in panic mode and gathering these different items due to the epidemic of the coronavirus. Now, you don't see this happening really too much in America because people are in a comfortable and a docile state of mind, so they don't believe these things will ever affect them or will ever affect them at any given time. That's just how simple Americans think, right? So they're not in this panic mode as, it's sweeping through the country and other places, unless it's in their really direct area and affecting them, and that's how these people run around has been taught. Unless it's affecting you directly, don't worry about it, or, they just listen to their government and believe that, everything is under control and everything is stabilized, which it's not. All right. So just going into this COVID-19, epidemic, okay, that's sweeping across the world, but, we got faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, so we're not, going to be moved, by these different things. Now, we're going to use wisdom as we move through the spirit, but we're not, going to be in panic mode as these people in the world are. Okay, so I just wanted to go over a few articles and, share with you what's going around the world of dealing with this COVID-19. So I'm going to read this again. It's the book of 2 Ezra 16, verse 5. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Okay, and it's nobody. Okay, the Lord is the one that sent these plagues, and he's the only one that can turn these plagues back, all right, or put a halt to these plagues. All right, and like I said before, he is the one that's giving Esau the leeway to push these plagues out there, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is the Lord's movie, and he controls everything. You see? So I read that again. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? You see? So I just wanted to touch on that real fast, dealing with the COVID-19 virus, which is a plague that's sweeping all across the world. And Lord willing, hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.